We are also living in a world where the world is now actually a global village, and social media technology has actually created a sphere for us. It's not like we have in another planet, which is social media, and a lot of people actually caught up in this web where their whole attention has actually been it's actually shifted to social media. They have the global family, the social media family. Some even have what you can actually call the social media children, social media wife, social media husband, social media father, social media mother, social media brother, like that, social media boss, like that. And people are actually working online now. Life has actually evolved to what we have today. It's not an absolute nonsense. It's not an absolute positive impact on human existence. It's not an absolute negative impact on human existence. It all has its own sides, positivities, negativities, and what have you. Okay, I'm actually concerned about human behavior, human relationship, humanity in general, psychology, sociology, what have you. My attention is actually drawn today to something I want us to address. We actually have a whole lot of broken families today. Broken homes, separated families where probably the mom is somewhere else doing her thing, the father is somewhere else doing his thing, the children scattered home. And brothers here, sisters there. In Africa, we could actually recall there was a time where we actually will say we had our cousins, our nieces, the family setup was like that where you had your cousins living with you. If you could flashback, you actually had your niece living with you, your nephew living in the same house with you guys. The family was like they traveled down, probably maybe in Abuja, they come down from Lagos, they come down from Ekiti, maybe cross river somewhere. You guys lived like that, and that's how the family was. But have you come to realize that recently, most of these things, the trend is no longer that way. We've had a whole lot of separations, and I think one of these things is one of the reasons why we actually have this today is because the people that actually helped in mending these families, that created that bond. We've lost a whole lot of them. And we don't have people today who are actually concerned about ensuring the family bond is there where the unity stays. And I think it's something we actually need to work on. And the church would have actually been a medium for that. The mosque would have actually also been a medium for that. But today, they've also they've somehow contributed to most of these things. I'm a Christian. Yes, I call myself a pastor. But the church too has actually been, the mosque has also actually been part of the problem why we have these separations. Okay, now you go to a church, the pastor comes and say, do you know your sister is one trying to kill you? Do you know your sister doesn't know why you did not get that job? They don't like you, this, that. Causing, sowing this what they will call the seed of discord, separations. We actually need to work on families to create this bond because social media is actually uniting people more now, if you observe, than even what the family circle should be. We've lost our great grandparents, we've lost our grandparents, we've lost our fathers, we've lost our mothers, we've lost our parents, our aunts, our uncles, some of our elder ones. And most of this will actually put out actually uniting and bonding us. So we've lost them. And the generation today, it's actually lacking that capacity, that capability, that ability to bond. Not in terms of social media, but to bond biologically, to bond as a family, physically. We shouldn't create a family. The social media family is It's fine to have the social media family, but the physical family you see, if you can't bond with them, then what are you doing on social media? These are just some truths we need to tell ourselves and come to terms with, to understand that we actually need to create a bond, that the family circle is actually going haywire. And that's why we tend to have a whole lot of separations today. People don't value relationships. People people don't actually have regard for the family circle, because they actually feel, okay, I could actually be fine online, like I could actually go chat with, I could chat with online. So if my brothers talk to me, who cares? It's something we need to, it's worth talking about. Let's create those links. Let's create them back and see that way this bonding comes back. It's important. Let's try to avoid this family breakup separations. It's actually doing us more harm than good. It's something we all need to work on collectively. Let's not wait for government to come create a ministry of family bonding and all that. The church should work on it. If you feel this person is actually, they tell you your father, if you give something, if you assist your father, you will not progress. The same man that has not killed you. If you have your mother, you will not progress. The same woman that has not killed you, that ensured you got to this earth. Today is the person that if you give money to assist, you will suffer. And so you decide not to. Because probably someone is somewhere trying to siphon you, but needs to tell you something that he feels you need, that will be of interest to you. And then you hold on to that thing, and then you leave what's necessary. And therefore, there's a gap. Please, let's bond. Be that channel to bond with, to create that bond among family members. I try as much as possible, do my best in my own little cycle. You could also be the other man trying to also create that bond. It's necessary. It's important. Thank you.